Hey FMA, this is Michelle. Today we're going to talk about how much fresh water the world has and how much of it is available for us to drink. Because we all know that water sustains life and we can't go without water. We need healthy water to survive. People do and wildlife does, plants do. So here we are right now. I reused a gallon here. This is a gallon, like a milk gallon or water that we get at the store. And I wrote on it, Earth's water. See that? Okay, so that is a gallon. That's going to represent the Earth, all the water on the planet Earth. I'm going to go ahead and set that down. So how much of it do you think is actually drinking water? Well, let's find out. What else I have is a third of a cup. So here's a cup. If we cut it into 3 parts, here's a third. So I'm going to take a third cup and I'm going to take some of the world's water, pour it in there all the way to the top. Earth's water. I didn't take that much, did I? Just right off the top of our planet is where the water is missing. A third of a cup. I'm going to take this mason jar here, or usually a cup. We're going to pour that water in there. Okay. And now what I'm going to do next is I have some salt here. So I'm going to add salt to the remaining water in our jug. Okay. Gosh, what do we think this salt represents? And go ahead, just dump some in the top there. Probably could put this whole container in if we wanted to. So 97% of the world's water is salt. Okay. Can we drink salt water? No. Now there are many processes that they are trying right now to clean out that salt, clear it out, distill it, and refine it so that we can drink it. But we can't drink salt water, okay? So 3% of the water in this cup is fresh, okay? So now what I'm going to do, I got this tablespoon. Maybe some of you guys are helping in the kitchen, so you're using some of these measurements. But I'm going to take a tablespoon out of this cup. Okay. And I also have this eyedropper, medicine dropper. So I'm going to go ahead and put some water in the dropper. So remember, 97% of the earth is salt water, 3% was fresh water, and I already took some of our 3% out, okay? So what I'm going to do is I have an ice tray. You don't see that because the table, the way I have it filmed. But I'm going to take the rest of this water and I'm going to dump it into the ice tray. Because this percentage of our water, most of it's frozen. What's frozen on our Earth? They're actually melting due to some climate change impact. That's right, glaciers and ice caps. So the water that was in here, I went ahead and put in the tray to represent our glaciers and our ice caps on Earth. So let's get back to this tablespoon that I poured out. That is going to go into the ground, into the soil of the earth, for the plants, right? Okay. Is the water in the ground easy for us to use? No, it is not. All right, so we've got 97% of the water on Earth is salt water. 3% was fresh. We dumped about 2% of that into our glaciers and ice caps and into the ground. And so what we have left, I'm going to I'm going to open my hand and get that eyedropper. And I am going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm getting water everywhere. I'm going to put it over the tray. So that little bit of water from the eyedropper, guess where all that water is? I'm going to let it trickle. That is our streams, our lakes, and our rivers, okay, in the world. And only 1% of the world's fresh water, 1% out of this, those 5 drops of water from this are drinkable. So if that's all that is drinkable, we really need to take care of our resources. So here is a map of Ohio. Ohio is the state we live in North America. And here's Lake Erie at the top. And I'm going to bring it a little closer, but Ohio has so many rivers and streams. It's connected 2 different watersheds. The upper part of Ohio, water drains into Lake Erie up here, and the rest of Ohio drains south into the Ohio River. So what's amazing is 12 million people or more depend on Lake Erie for their drinking water. Did you know that you drink water from Lake Erie? All right. Well, I hope you thought that was interesting. It really blew my mind when I saw this from somebody. Her name is Bree. She's a big watershed warrior. She speaks for the water. But yeah, that's how much water we can drink on the earth. So we better take care of it.